Hello there everyone, and welcome to another custom parts unboxing video. In this video, I am doing an unboxing on another set of custom parts. And, well, you can pretty much see through here because this is a translucent box. And I was not expecting a couple of boxes like this one whenever I make these orders from Ziontyro Customwares. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pick the box up and take it off the screen and pretty much just show you the parts that come in the box a bit one by one. Alright, so starting off, this right here is a translucent red Kanohi Komau. This is one of the earliest masks that came out in Bionicle all the way back in the year of 2001. This is the mask that you would see on Turaga Onawa from 2001, and the Manas also had this sort of mask, and this was also the mask worn by the Gamatoran Vishola, who appeared in the 2004 Matoran sets. And well, for this video, I'm just going to go ahead and show off a couple of images that I will be taking after I have finished doing the recording for this video, rather than just showing them off as I am recording this section live. So here are a couple of images that shows this mask in use, including one of Tahu that shows him wearing this mask, even though he did not wear the Kanohi Komau originally. But as a number of you guys may know, they didn't really mix the colors of the Toa and the Turaga's masks in the Kanohi mask packs. The Toa's masks and the Turaga's masks were separated for the most part. That does seem strange though, given how the Toa were able to wear noble Kanohi masks within the story. So, there's that. And now to go on to a couple of different masks that are actually the very same type of mask, or at least they are the same mask within canon, but they are different versions of the mask. And that would be the Kanohi Ignika. Yeah, as a number of you guys may know, there is more than one Kanohi Ignika that came out in the Bionicle storyline, though the first one to be released in physical form was the version that was included with Vizon and Fenrak. But these right here pretty much shows the most well-known design that the Ignika had. Now, this big one right here is the version that you would see on the set Toa Ignika, and here's an image that I took of Toa Ignika wearing this version of the mask. Yeah, this is the mask that, well, the version of the mask that was designed to be worn by a Toa, which is very different from this other version, which is much smaller, because this one was designed to fit on a Glatorian head, since this is the version that came out with Motunui in the year of 2009. And of course, as a number of people may know, they did also release this version of the mask in gold with the Toa Motunui set in 2009 as well, which is pretty much just a larger scale version of the regular Motunui set. Now both of these are in a sort of translucent blue color, and they have a bit of some white texture on them, kind of a marbled white texture. But this one has some red markings on top of it, which was probably a side effect from producing this mask. I mean, it's fine. Like, I wanted to see if I could try to perhaps rub it off, like maybe it was some sort of a paint that was like stuck on there, but it doesn't appear like it's going to be coming off, so that's something that I'm just going to have to live with. And I'm kind of wondering about maybe creating some crystallized or ice-themed versions of Motunui, the version that came out in 2009, both the regular size one and the Toa Motunui version. So, there's both of them. And of course, here is the regular Matanui from 2009 wearing the trans blue version of the Kanohi Ignika that comes with him. You will also see that I used a custom part on the Scarabax shield. That was a part that I got off of Shapeways quite a long time ago, back when they were still producing parts for Bionicle. And then, another mask is this mask. This right here is the mask that is worn by the Glatorian Galoo, who was a Glatorian that was released in the Glatorian Legends wave of 2009. And here's an image that shows the original Galoo set wearing this version of the mask. And I'm kind of wondering about maybe using this on a future mock. Like, I have some sort of an idea for what this mask could be used for. I won't reveal it in this video, but what do you guys think? What does that mask kind of look like to you? Alright, so there's the red Galoo mask. It's mostly trans red, but it does have some white patterns on top of it. And then this next one is actually not a mask, but much rather just a weapon piece. It's a completely glow-in-the-dark scroll weapon piece, although I think my camera is not getting so... okay, there we go. Yeah, I apologize that the camera was kind of blurry for a moment. I don't know how that happened, but there you go. Yeah, I suppose it is actually kind of hard to see, but... you know, it is what it is. This is the weapon that was included with the scroll, and I think Atticus also had this. So, yeah, it's a pretty neat weapon, and I already have an idea for what I'm going to use this on. Right, so now we move on to pretty much the one thing from Generation 2 that was included in this order, and that would be this trans red Mask of Creation. Like, this is the Mask of Creation that came out in 2015 during the Summer Wave. This was included in the Mask Maker vs. Skull Grinder set, and that version of the mask was released in gold. Then they later released another version of this mask in trans light blue in the Akimu the Mask Maker set during the Summer Wave of 2016. And I also happen to have an idea for what I could use this mask for, like maybe create a special version of Akimu. And much like the Galoo mask we just took a look at, there is also some white marble color on this mask. And of course, here's an image that shows both versions of Akimu that we officially got wearing the Mask of Creation. So those are all of the major parts that were included in this order, but now I'm going to show you some extra parts that were included in this order as well. And those would include these purple Technic pieces. I think I got these in one of my previous orders, maybe the last one that I happen to have shown off, since sometimes when I place these orders, Ziontyro Customwares just includes these, but I'm not entirely sure if these are custom parts or if they came from a bootleg set or if they are official Lego parts, but they are what they are. And he also happened to have included this little bag, which I'm not sure what that's supposed to say. It says, I think it probably says free Decots? I'm not sure what that says. Can anyone tell me what that says? Free deeds? Free deleds? I have no idea. It's free something. Yeah, it's a couple of these Technic connector pieces, which happens to be the modern design, which was never featured in any Bionicle sets or Hero Factory sets. But since these parts are still being produced in LEGO sets today, they did update the design of them, which of course would be present in any Bionicle sets or Hero Factory sets as they were still being produced today. So there's them. So that's about all I have to say about this little order. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. But this one apparently has a couple of red markings on top of it. I'm not... Now, before I close off this video, there are a couple of parts that were included in this order, a couple of extra parts, and they would be just these purple Technic pieces. I think I got these in the last... And that would include these purple Technic pieces. I think I got a couple of these in the last